friends, welcome to my channel Botanical Studies. In this video, we will discuss about lichens. The discussion will go through following points: introduction, occurrence and general characters of lichens, nature of association and thallus structure of lichens, and finally types of lichens. Introduction of lichens. Lichens are a small group of plants of composite nature consisting of two dissimilar organisms, an alga that is phycobiont and a fungus that is mycobiont, living in a symbiotic association. Generally, the fungal partner occupies the major portion of the thallus and produces its own reproductive structures. The algal partner manufactures the food through photosynthesis, which probably diffuses out and is absorbed by the fungal partner. Occurrence of lichens. There are about 400 genera and 15,000 species of lichens widely found in different regions of the world. The plant body is thalloid, generally grow on bark of trees, leaves, dead logs, bare rocks, etc. in different habitats. They grow luxuriantly in forest area with free or less pollution and with abundant moisture. Some species are, for example, Cladonia, that is reindeer moss, grows in extremely cold condition of Arctic tundras and Antarctica regions. In India, they grow abundantly in eastern Himalayan regions. They do not grow in highly polluted regions like industrial areas. The growth of lichen is very slow. Let us now study the general characters of lichens. Lichens are a group of plants of composite thalloid nature formed by association of alga and fungi. The algal partner produced carbohydrate through photosynthesis is utilized by both of them, and the fungal partner serves the function of absorption and retention of water. Based on morphological structure of thalli, there are three types of lichens: crustose, foliose, and fruticose. Lichen reproduces by all of the three means: vegetative, asexual, and sexual. Vegetative reproduction takes place by fragmentation, decaying of older parts by Soridia and Isidia. Asexual reproduction by formation of Oidea, and sexual reproduction by formation of ascospores or basidiospores. Only the fungal component is involved in sexual reproduction. Ascospores are produced in ascolichen. The male sex organ is flask-shaped spermogonium, produced unicellular spermatia. The female sex organ is carpogonium, that is ascogonium, differentiated into basal coiled oogonium and elongated trichogyne. The fruit body may be apothecia, which is disc-shaped, or perithecia, which is flask-shaped. Asci develop inside the fruit body, containing 8 ascospores. After liberating from fruiting body, the ascospore germinate, and in contact with suitable algae, they form new lichen. Basidiospores are produced in basidiolichen, generally look like bracket fungi, and basidiospores are produced towards the lower side of fruit body. The growth of lichen is very slow. They can survive in adverse conditions with high temperature and dry conditions. Let us discuss the nature of association of lichen. The composite plant body of lichen consists of algal and fungal members. The algal members belongs to chlorophyceae, xanthophyceae, and also cyanobacteria. The fungal members mainly belongs to ascomycotina and few to basidiomycotina. Among the member of ascomycotina, discomycetes are very common, producing huge apothecia. Other belongs to perennomycetes or loculoscomycetes. The member of basidiomycotina belongs to teleporaceae. There are three different views regarding the nature of association of algal and fungal partners in lichen. According to some workers, the fungus lives parasitically, either partially or wholly, with the algal components. This view gets support for the following evidence: presence of Hostoria of fungus in algal cells of some lichen. On separation of alga of lichen is able to live independently, but the fungus cannot survive. According to others, they live symbiotically, where both the partners are equally benefited. The fungal members absorb water and minerals from the atmosphere and substratum, make available to the algae, and also protect algal cell from adverse conditions like temperature, etc. The algal members synthesize organic food sufficient for both of them. According to another view, though the relationship is symbiotic, the fungus grows predominance over the algal partner, which simply lives as a subordinate partner. It is like a master and slave relationship termed holotism. Let us discuss the internal structure of lichen thallus. Lichen thallus is divided into four different parts: upper cortex, algal zone, medulla, and lower cortex. Upper cortex is a thick outermost protective covering made up of compactly arranged interwoven fungal hyphae located at the right angle to the surface of the fruiting body. Usually, there is no intercellular space between the hyphae, but if present, these are filled with gelatinous substances. Algal zone. The algal zone occurs just below the upper cortex. The algal cells are entangled by the loosely interwoven fungal hyphae. The common algal members may belong to cyanophyta like Gliocepsa, nostoc, Rivularia, etc., or to chlorophyta like Chlorella, Cystococcus, Pleurococcus, etc. This layer is either continuous or may break into patches and serves the function of photosynthesis. Third layer is the medulla. Medulla is situated just below the algal zone, comprised of loosely interwoven thick-walled fungal hyphae with the large space between them. And the last, lower cortex, it is the lowermost layer of the thallus. This layer is composed of compactly arranged hyphae, which may arrange perpendicular or parallel to the surface of the thallus. Some of the hyphae in lower surface may extend downwards and penetrate to the substratum, which helps in anchorage known as rhizines. Let us now study the types of lichen. Lichens are classified on the basis of four different types: habitat, the group of fungal partner, thallus structure, and lastly, distribution of algal component in the thallus. Let us study in detail. Types of lichen based on habitat. There are four different types of lichens. Sexicolous, these type of lichens growing on rocks. They are also known as rock dwellers in cold climate. Example, Peltigera. Corticolous, growing on bark of a tree, that is bark livers, mainly in the subtropical and tropical region. Example, Parmelia. Terricolous, growing in soil livers in hot climate with sufficient rain and dry summer. Example, Cladonia. Lignicolous, growing on wood, that is wood livers. Example, Cyphellum. Second, based on the group of fungal partner, the lichens are two different types: ascolichen and basidiolichen. In ascolichen, the fungal partner is an ascomycetes group of fungi. For example, Parmelia, Citraria. There are two subtypes of ascolichen: gymnocarpy and perenocarpy. In gymnocarpy, fruiting body is apothecium, for example, Usnea. In perenocarpy, the fruiting body is perithecium, for example, Verrucaria. Second type, basidiolichen, in which the fungal partner is Basidiomycetes fungi. Example, Dictonema and Corella. Third, based on thallus structure, there are five different types of lichen. First, leprose. This is the simplest type, where the fungal mycelium envelops either single or small cluster of algal cell. The algal cell do not envelop all over by the fungal hyphae. The lichen appears as powdery mass on the substratum, called leprose. Example, Lepraria incana. Crustose lichen. These are encrusting lichen where thallus is inconspicuous, flat, and appear as a thin layer or crust on substratum like barks, stones, rocks, etc. They are either wholly or partially embedded in the substratum. For example, Graphics, Lecanora, Ochrolechia, Strigula, Rhizocarpon, Verrucaria, Lesidia, etc. Third type of lichen is foliose lichen. These are leaf-like lichen where thallus is flat, horizontally spreading, and with lobes. Some part of the thallus are attached to the substratum by means of hyphal outgrowth. The rhizine developed from the lower surface. For example, Parmelia, Phycia, Peltigera, Anaptisia, Hypogymnia, Xanthoria, Gyrophora, Colema, Chudiria, etc. Fourth type of lichen is fruticose lichen. These are shrubby lichens, where thalli are well developed, cylindrically branched, shrub-like, either grow erect or hang from the substratum. They are attached to the substratum by a basal disc. Example, Cladonia, Usnea, Letharia, Alectonia, etc. Fifth type of lichen is filamentous lichen. In this type, algal members are filamentous and well developed. The algal filament remain unsheathed or uncovered by only a few fungal hyphae. Here, algal members remains as a dominant partner, called filamentous type. Example: Rhacodium, Ephebae, Cytocoleus, etc. Based on distribution of algal component in the thallus, there are two types of lichens: homoisomerous thallus and heteromerous thallus. In homoisomerous thallus, algal cell and fungal cells, they are uniformly distributed in the thallus. Example: Colema. In heteroisomerous thallus, the algal cells forms a distinct layer or algal zone and fungal hyphae in different layers. For example, Parmelia. So this is all about lichen.